working in the spirit of the Golden Empire. This is 17 News at noon.
Thanks for joining us for 17 News at noon. We begin on storm watch. Rain and snow wreak havoc on holiday travelers in Kern County and across the country as millions hit the road to reach their Thanksgiving destinations. Here's a look at that storm system working its way through, bringing rain and snow with it and causing major safety concerns. It appears we hit a small break in the storm at this point, the sun peeking out in some parts of Bakersfield. But for more on this storm, we send it to Chief Meteorologist Alyssa Carlson.
Snow starting this morning around 5 a.m. in the area and continuing throughout the morning hours and into this afternoon. More on the way. As we take a look at what it looked like this morning, Glenville waking up to a couple of inches before the sun was even up. Ramika Smith showing us that view from her backyard, and this is what it looked like earlier in Fraser Park as well. Already snow sticking on the ground before sunrise, and Stephanie Metz showing us that scene. Tehachapi also seeing snow. Vivian Young showing us the view there, and it quickly fell, and now we're watching as this afternoon more on the way. We're looking for still more rain and snow as we head into tonight and into Thanksgiving Day. So this winter storm warning for the mountains will remain in effect. We are still forecasting upwards of 6 inches of snow as we head then through the storm total for the Grapevine, upwards of 8 inches out near Tehachapi and 1 to 4 inches up in the Kern River Valley. Some flooding occurring today into the valley areas and the west edge of the valley out into the mountains here under this winter weather advisory. That goes into effect this afternoon at 4 o'clock. So we still have more weather to tell you about as we head into the rest of today. So rain, snow continuing, snow levels near 3,500 feet tonight. Thunderstorms possible this afternoon. Snow possible in the desert floor, the foothills, and the west side of the mountains. We'll talk much more about that in your complete pinpoint forecast.
Alyssa, thank you. And as we continue to watch this storm, we're also closely monitoring road conditions on this Thanksgiving Eve. And that's where 17's Eitan Wallace joins us live from the Oak Street overpass at Highway 99. Eitan, you've been out there all morning covering this for us, and we appreciate you greatly. Can you tell us what you're seeing today or at this point and what the conditions might be like?
As you can see, traffic is actually flowing relatively smoothly here on the 99 and Palm overpass over here on the valley floor. But the big question now is the mountains. Photojournalist Mickey Van Horn and I just got back down from the mountains where snow blanketed the Grapevine. You see here, this was just one of many times the California Highway Patrol paced I-5 this morning. But even with all the snow, all highways and roads in Fraser Park stayed open. There were no closures. And yes, for some like the Chavez family traveling from Southern California, the snow was a surprise, and it made for a time to have some fun.
I did not know that this was going to happen today.
Obviously.
I'm enjoying it nonetheless. It's great.
Have you been to the snow before?
Huh? No.
This is your first time in the snow?
Uh-huh. This is what I expected.
A little scary. First time driving in the snow, so it was a little scary. Yeah.
Southern California is scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, it is open. We have no plans of closing it down. Of course, safety being our top priority. We will shut it down if we need to, but our plan is to keep it open.
The Kern County Fire Department in Fraser Park taking no chances. You can see firefighters put chains on their vehicles at the station up there. And take a look at how beautiful the scenery looked just after the first storm came by. But we are not out of the we're not out of the woods just yet. Another storm is expected and could dump snow on the Grapevine as soon as this afternoon and evening. Of course, we will have full 17 Storm Watch coverage for you on social media and on 17 News at 5. Reporting live from just over 99 on Palm Avenue overpass, Eitan Wallace, 17 News.
Eitan, thank you. We now move a little further east to Tehachapi, where it will be a snow-covered holiday for the small mountain community. 17's Maddie Jansen, who lives in Tehachapi, joins us live now from her neighborhood with a look at the conditions. Hey, Maddie, long time no see.
I know. You know how nervous I was that I wasn't going to make it home this morning. So first of all, thank you, Tabitha, for letting me take off a little early. Karen and I drove up this morning, and when we were driving down the 58, it switched over to snow right around Keene. But it really wasn't that bad. We just took it slow. And then once we got up here to Tehachapi and I got home, I mean, talk about a winter wonderland. This is my backyard. We're in the Golden Hills area. We're having a lot of fun. Let me give you a look at what we've been doing today. Eli, what do you think of the snow, bud?
I like sledding and building snowmen.
Yeah, are your hands a little cold? He switched over to Mom's gloves because his were a little wet. All right.
Pants are completely wet.
Yeah, his pants are soaking wet. He's our only survivor. The other two are already inside with all the wet clothes off, sitting by the fire. All right, take it away, boys.
Here we go. You
Ready?
Let's go sled.
We built ourselves a little jump here in our backyard. It was cold and you know what? It's been going in and out of the snow starting to melt a little bit. And then it turned over to snow again. But right now we've got the sun out. It's rather warm. It's supposedly in the mid-30s, but I swear it feels warmer than that here right now with the sun. The sun is so warm. So it's definitely melting what we have so far, but it's been a gorgeous morning. Let's see. Let's take a look. I'm going to show you. We can measure what we've got here. Here, this is just very scientific. We've got like two inches it's showing. It looks like more than that to me. That goes to show you how good of a judge I am of that. But anyway, yeah, it's a gorgeous day up here. Just please take it easy on the roads and enjoy, and everyone have a safe Thanksgiving.
Maddie, we're so glad you made it home safely. Happy Thanksgiving. Well, moving on, it is turning out to be a busy holiday travel week with this massive winter storm and lots of people on the road. And that's why the California Highway Patrol is preparing and keeping them safe right now. CHP says it's entering a maximum enforcement period, and that means it will deploy all available officers this week as millions of people travel in these potentially dangerous conditions. The maximum enforcement period will stay in place through December 1st. And if you're going out of town for Thanksgiving, or if your loved ones are coming to you right here in Kern County, it's important to stay safe while you travel. With road closures and construction going on, it's important to give yourself enough time to get where you're going. Consider leaving earlier and as you're heading out of town, and make sure to come up with an alternative route just in case the way you want to go is closed due to weather or construction. Another good idea is make sure your car has a full tank of gas and that it's running properly. Having a good set of tires is particularly important this time of year, especially if there's ice on the roads. We can't stress it enough. Please be safe out there. And just a reminder, whenever you need up-to-the-minute updates on road conditions, you can call Caltrans. That's 1-800-GAS-ROAD. Remember that number. It might come in handy as the storm plays out here in the valley. Again, that is 1-800-CALTRANS. Well, families in need north of the river will have turkey gravy and all the fixins for Thanksgiving thanks to Bakersfield North Rotary. This morning, Bakersfield North Rotary joined together with the North High School Interact Club, the North High Girls Basketball Program, Standard School District, and the Bakersfield Police Department to package and distribute 350 Thanksgiving baskets, food boxes for families in Oildale who might otherwise not have Thanksgiving dinner.
It's just such a special time of year, and we get to give our blessings and say what we're thankful for through the year. So to enable other families to be able to do that as well is just very meaningful for us.
This is where the community really sets the bar for other communities, and we help each other through the rough times. And it's important that everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving.
This is the 18th year that the Bakersfield North Rotary has raised money for their Thanksgiving basket project, raising a total of $17,000 through partnerships with Chevron, Warner Brothers, and more, including the Kern County Supervisor Mike Maggard's office. The surplus funds will go to a North of the River organization dedicated to feeding the homeless in Oildale. If you still want to help, the Blessing Corner and the Mission of Kern County are gearing up for their annual Thanksgiving celebrations, and they need your help. The Blessing Corner on Union Avenue is in need of desserts for its annual Thanksgiving meal. The organization greatly needs sweet treats that are store-bought and unopened. There are many more volunteer opportunities to help as the holiday season continues, and for more information, you can call the Volunteer Center of Kern County at 395-9787. The Mission at Kern County is also currently accepting food for its Thanksgiving meal. They need turkey and canned food. The annual community Thanksgiving meal is this Thursday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And there are other free meals and giveaways happening this week, and we've got a list on our website, KGET.com. Just click the hot link icon. Well, we continue our storm watch this afternoon as the biggest winter storm in nearly a decade moves in the day before Thanksgiving. We'll have your holiday forecast plus what you need to be aware of as the storm bears down just ahead. Plus, millions of people are traveling in these potentially dangerous conditions, and we have the latest on the holiday travel conditions once again after the break.
Started early in Tehachapi this morning. This is what it looked like when it was still dark outside. And yes, a couple of inches already quickly covering the ground there. As we take a look at this winter storm warning, it's going to last all the way through Thanksgiving into early Friday morning. Meanwhile, back off to the west, the Temblers will get in on the action here. 1 to 3 inches of snow possible in that area down to the foothills. So if you look to our mountain range to the west, we should even maybe see some snow in that area too. So we'll continue to watch as this very strong storm will work through the state. That area of low pressure dropping on down. It is a bomb cyclone. It is a strong system that continued to intensify in a very short period of time. It's going to pack a punch, obviously, with a lot of moisture and the cold air too, as it drops on down throughout the state. So we're not the only ones feeling this. More rain on the way, and we'll be measuring it in inches before all is said and done. Same for the snow as we head into our local mountains. So this afternoon, looking then at the snow up into the Kern River Valley possibly, as well as into the Grapevine area. More on the way for you in Fraser Park, Pine Mountain Club especially. Pine Mountain Club could see 2 feet of snow. Alta Sierra, before all is said and done, could see 3 feet of snow. So very heavy snow in those higher elevations especially. And then tomorrow afternoon, watching for yet more snow into the mountains. Friday morning, looking for things to kind of wrap up briefly, but we'll be watching for, at this point, a break in the action, a little bit of a break Friday off and on. And then Saturday, a rainy system works on in with higher elevation mountain snow. And at this point, I expect to see possibly even more wet weather in the form of rain as we head into Saturday, Sunday, Monday. How much rain, you ask? Well, as we head into today, by tomorrow morning, about an inch here into the valley areas, and looking then at upwards of an inch in Delano still by tomorrow morning in the mountains, and then still watching for rain, and then obviously that change over to snow. And as we head into the forecast here for Thursday, adding on with the rain totals, but overall it'll be snow in those higher elevations, and also looking then at probably another inch as we head into the weekend. So it's going to be very wet as we head into the next 5 days, 5 to 7 days really. High snow totals even near the lowest elevations tonight. We could see some snow possibly down to 2,000 feet. Desert floor not out of the question as we head into tomorrow morning too. So at 2,000 feet we could possibly see some snow back off into the west edge of the valley as we near the foothills. So all of these areas that don't normally see snow could even see snow because this is such a cold system. Temperatures, meanwhile, are going to continue to be chilly as we head into the mountains and the valleys with highs only in the upper 40s, lower 50s for our Thanksgiving here into the valley areas too. Statewide, about a half an inch of rain by tonight in Fresno. Higher totals from Bakersfield down to LA actually, and LA looks to be even a little bit wetter as we head into the overnight hours. And then as we add on here Saturday's total, and this is a different computer model, obviously it does not look quite as wet as the one I showed you previously, but nevertheless everybody's seeing about an inch and a half of rain and upwards of 2 inches of rain. Today's high 52 degrees. We have a chance of thunderstorms in the forecast through this afternoon and into tonight. Say for the mountains even, we could see some thunder in the snow, call that thunder snow. 44 in Lake Isabella, 40 in Tehachapi, 37 in Pine Mountain Club, and then 48 in Mojave, 45 in Ridgecrest. Here is your 7-day forecast. Good air quality, no wood burning restrictions. We'll be at 52 degrees. Upper 40s for Thursday and Friday, and then low to mid 50s for the weekend. Lows will be in the 30s. In the mountains, we'll be in the 40s, mid-30s for the weekend. Overnight lows in the 20s. And in the Kern River Valley, we have 50s on the way. Again, snow levels down to 2,000 feet here for Friday and continuing to climb then for the weekend. So we'll continue to keep you posted on the storm. More coming up tonight at 5. Tabitha.
Alyssa, thank you. And we are continuing to monitor traffic and weather conditions here in Kern County as people hit the roads this Thanksgiving week. And if you haven't left and you're about to, we have what you need to know, plus a look at the conditions across the state as travelers hit rain, snow, and road closures. That's after the break.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
Back now in your 17 Business Watch and checking stocks. The stocks rise for the 4th day in a row, hitting record highs. The Dow Jones Industrial Average traded 7 points higher. NASDAQ advanced 0.5%, and the S&P 500 climbed 0.3%. Meantime, oil prices, U.S. crude oil, West Texas Intermediate, down slightly at $57.94 a barrel, and Midway Sunset Oil at $62.16 a barrel today. We're continuing to monitor that traffic and the weather conditions here in Kern County as people hit the roads this Thanksgiving week. And no matter what direction you're headed, it's a good idea to prepare for slick or icy roads. In the Sierra Nevadas, people face accidents, snow, and road closures.
I was fishtailing everywhere, sliding.
When the back tires of Alexander Santiago's Black Infiniti started spinning out in the snow, he knew it was time to call it a night.
Oh, I'm going to go to a hotel, regroup, probably get 4 chains, and then try to make it to go see my girlfriend.
The California Highway Patrol says officers have been responding to crashes all day long, like this one in the westbound lanes a few miles east of Alta.
It's just been a terrible day, traffic and weather-wise. We've had easily over 30 crashes in our area alone. One of the officers estimated up to 50.
At one point, crews closed both directions of I-80 because of all the spinouts and wrecks.
We just got to the point where, we couldn't keep up, and we ran out of tow trucks, and emergency personnel was stretched about as thin as we could be.
The interstate looked like a parking lot, traffic barely at a crawl, while trucks and cars lined the side of the road as drivers put on chains. The Valerio family from Santa Rosa was hoping to miss the storm.
We were trying to get up here a little bit earlier to try and beat it, but we didn't make it, so it's okay. We've done this before.
The first big snowstorm of the season is causing trouble for holiday travelers. CHP says the best advice they can give anyone willing to brave the conditions, just don't.
There's crashes all over the place. Traffic's not moving. So if you can avoid it, if you can delay it a day and a half, 2 days, please do, because you're just going to come up here and get stuck with everyone else.
And back here at home, deputies responded to a domestic disturbance and ended up in a standoff lasting for hours. It all happened last night in South Bakersfield on Buena Vista Boulevard. The woman trapped inside the house was able to safely exit after deputies arrived, but the man stayed inside of the home. He's now identified as Casey Smith. Smith refused to come out. A SWAT team was called in and eventually took him into custody after hours of waiting. Smith was arrested and booked for felony willful child cruelty, brandishing a firearm, and misdemeanor battery. KCSO says 2 firearms were found in the home, and Smith is due in court on December 2nd. It's back to business as usual at the Valley Plaza Mall following a shooting that injured 2 people. Police say 2 groups of teens and young adults were arguing by the food court when a fight started, then shots rang out. A 15-year-old victim was found at the nearby Carl's Jr., while a 20-year-old was found at the mall. Neither had life-threatening wounds. We still have no specific information or description of the shooter, but police say he was seen on video running out of the mall. And in your 17 court watch, the man arrested in connection with a deadly street race is now charged with murder, and documents say Ronald Pierce was driving 133 miles per hour before the crash. We've also learned of a second arrest in this crash. Israel Maldonado is facing several felonies as well. His arraignment is scheduled Tuesday. Meantime, 50-year-old Ronald Pierce was in court yesterday for the first time. According to Bakersfield Police, Pierce drove a red Mustang Sunday on Old River Road while racing a Dodge Ram pickup. Police say Pierce clipped a minivan, causing it to spin into an oncoming crane truck. Inside the van, 49-year-old Maria Navarro, who was killed. Her 2 children were hospitalized. BPD says Pierce was also driving drunk, and today BPD said his recklessness deserves the upgrade of murder charge. Pierce's arraignment was postponed to December 4th. The holiday shopping season is underway, and if you still have items to check off your Christmas list, well, after the break, we'll tell you about the scavenger shop and pop-up at Dotna. That's coming up. Welcome back to 17 on Set, and joining us today are Stacy Hinzo with Monroebot Graphics and Therese Dozier with Love Spun. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
And we are here to talk about some fun local ways to buy gifts this holiday season, if you will. So first and foremost, let's talk about Shop Small Bakersfield. What is that?
So Shop Small Bakersfield is an idea that 3 of us had to get some businesses together to showcase their amazing items and ability to please, consumers. So this holiday season, we wanted to encourage people to shop small instead of the big box stores and the major corporations. and keep it in the community.
Yeah, and when you support local, that gives a great opportunity to highlight, what's going on in our community, and there's so much going on, which at this pop-up shop that we're having, tell us a little bit about what we can see there if we go there.
Well, at Dot Not, that's where it's gonna be in the parking lot there, so downtown, and if you've ever been there, it's beautiful. And so there's going to be food, there's going to be cotton candy, there's going to be clothing. We have
some local artisans as well that are going to be there. Some bakers and just a variety of local business.
So it sounds like some great unique gifts, like some really like homegrown love gifts, if you will. You put some thought into it. If you
definitely very unique. Bespoke items, yes, okay. Absolutely.
Okay, and that's happening on Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Dot and Ott. And how can we join in on the fun?
You can follow us on our Instagram page, Shop Small Bako. We're so grateful for this, opportunity to kind of organize this event that's sponsored by San Joaquin Valley Mortgage, as well as Dot and Odd and Skin Station Med Spa. It's going to be a great thing. We have tastings from a local winery. We have a maker's station, so you can make your own presents.
And then also the passport. We have the passport scavenger shop. So we actually have created a passport, and you take that passport, and we have specific stores that have already been listed that are participating, and you get a stamp, and at the end of it, you bring the passport back to Dot Ot, and there's going to be a giant grand prize winner.
So it's fun, and you can cross some things off your shopping
list.
And
it's all around town, so nobody's excluded.
That's awesome. Okay, so this Saturday at Dot and Ott, it looks like it's 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you want more information, you can go to our website, kget.com. Ladies, thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks for having us.
We'll be right back after the break. But we thank you for joining us, and we wish you all a happy Thanksgiving.